How many times has LSU zeroed in on a number one target and gotten him? It just doesn't happen
Well,
typically.
no, it doesn't, man, and that's why I say I take my hats off to Verge and this, this board and everybody that was involved in going after that that great white shark and snatching that great white shark out and letting them know and bringing and letting them know that LSU is always going to be a player in this thing. It was such a big statement. It was a statement across the country that's to everybody. Like, you guys thought that we didn't have leadership. Bang! Look what we got. We got a coach that stepped up, kept our recruiting together. We have an AD assistant at the time, now an AD in full, that said what LSU is about. LSU is about the playoffs every year. LSU is about championships, and that's it. And where did he go? Go out and get the best, most sought after guy from day one. Was the most and the best sought after guy by everybody. And the money didn't matter. All that matters is we wanted him. We went out and got him, and I take my hats off to Verve for that to be, his first hire, man. It's huge. It's huge because it sends such a statement to everybody watching. Without the explicit version, hell yeah. What I'm most, excited about, honestly, is that we have someone that wants to be here, that wanted to be here, that has been looking, in my opinion, from listening to a couple interviews he's done, and just from talking to the couple people that know him. This is a place that he's been eyeing. This is a place that he wants to take on the tradition of being an LSU football coach. He wants that challenge. He understands the landscape of the SEC. So, man, I'm just over the moon excited about getting a guy that wants to be here, understands the culture here, understands the tradition of LSU football, because he's gone up against it so many times and marveled at it and looked at it so many times. So I could understand why he would want to be a part of such a storied tradition here at LSU football. I'm excited, Jacques. I really am.
You can't win if you don't have talent. So obviously, right off the bat, what I've been told, working the phones on Sunday night as soon as he got here to LSU's current recruits, the recruits they're trying to flip.
Well, I mean, you know what the strength of Lane Kiffin is. One of the guys that has, since this new inception of NIL and transfer portal, he's adapted masterfully. He's adapted to the NIL. He's adapted. He's been one of the biggest players in the transfer portal over the last 4 or 5 years. That's how he's built most of his teams there at Ole Miss. So now you give him the opportunity to be able to go in homes and get these recruits, these big-time recruits that he wasn't able to get at Ole Miss. And now with the LSU brand behind you, you get these guys. So, listen, one of the biggest things as a coach is being able to adapt, and not just adapt offensively or defensively to what your talent is, but also being able to adapt in the landscape of college football and how everything's turning now with the money, with the agents, with the transfer portal. So he's adapted to that well, and it bodes well for us here, based on how involved he is with recruiting, how involved he is offensively, how he gets the Instagram, how he gets the Twitter, how he gets all that with the young guys. So great job, John.
The LSU offense was painful to watch this year, and that's his side of the ball, and we know what kind of numbers and points he puts up wherever he coaches. So that's the exciting thing, right? LSU's biggest weakness is his biggest strength.
Well, yeah, I agree with that. And, we got to make sure we maintain the same stability on the defensive side of it going into next year. We're interested to see what happens there with if he retains Blake or not, or what we do on the defensive side. We know offensively, it's like going into this year, we assumed that the offense was going to be, much vast improved and better. So, and we didn't see that. So we're definitely looking for him to put his stamp on that this year, upcoming season, which, I'm sure he would. My interesting thing would be, is any of those guys, quarterbacks at Ole Miss, coming with him? Do you have a Simpson coming with him? If Chambers gets this year that he's opting for to come back and be a senior, is he coming over? So it's just, all those things. How does he feel about Van Buren? You know what I mean? So it's all those little things now that we get to find out with him not Ole Miss not giving him the opportunity to coach throughout the playoffs. So we see really what he wants to do a little bit earlier than normal.
And it doesn't win football games necessarily, but as somebody told me last week, the guy's a celebrity. Everybody knows who he is. He's just another big face on that campus, in which LSU in recent years, their brand has never been stronger.
And that's what it's going to. You want rock stars because of how big social media is now, because of how big NIL is, because of how big the transfer portal is, because of how all these kids pay attention to every little thing like that. They want to go where their brand can flourish as well. Why not go with the biggest brand right now and has been for a while? Why not go with them and push your brand with them? I mean, you look at the like you pointed out, the women with, I mean, you look at it, women's basketball at LSU has taken the brand to a different level with how great those women have been with the Angel Reese of the world, the Flau'jae Johnsons, and so they're so talented. And now you put it with the LSU brand, the same thing with the Jaden Daniels, all these guys, man, you could go on and on about it. And it's just what it is. It's just what it is. And that's what we've come to when we're talking about, college sports and athletics now. Hey, listen, it's damn near bigger than the pro sports.
Yeah.
You understand? Because everything is right there. You can't. The money is the same for these guys. The money is the same for some of these players, upper echelon players. They're making $4, $5, $6 million in college now. So it's the brand recognition, biggest brand. Throughout all these interviews, that's all you heard Marty talk about. That's all you heard the guys on ESPN, Ryan, and those. All they talk about is the brand. Now you put your brand with that. One of the most recognizable brands. When you put LSU up against the Ole Miss, it's a no-brainer when it comes to the brand. And that's what everybody's intrigued by, and that's what's bringing everybody. And listen, recruiting for us, you retain a Frank Wilson, a Corey Raymond, and now you have a Lane Kiffin and a couple guys that's on his staff that are also superb recruiters. I mean, what is recruiting going to look like at LSU now?
Yeah. I'm excited to cover it, man. Let's go.
I'm telling you.